Hi friends, in this session you will learn how to write the program to generate n Fibonacci numbers using array. Fibonacci series is 0, 1, then 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. First two terms of the Fibonacci series are 0 and 1. Next terms of the Fibonacci series are the sum of previous two terms. That is the third term. The third term is sum of first and second term. That is 0 plus 1 is 1. Fourth term is sum of its previous two terms. That is 1 plus 1 is 2. In the same way, the remaining terms of the Fibonacci are sum of the previous two terms. So this program, it generates first n Fibonacci numbers using arrays. So for that, I have taken an array A and I have initialized the first two terms of the array. The first two terms of the array is nothing but the first two terms of the Fibonacci series. That is, the first term 0 is copied to A of 0 and the second term 1 is copied to A of 1. Next, we need to find the next terms of the Fibonacci series. Here, the next term of the Fibonacci series is sum of previous two terms. That is, A of 2 is equal to A of 1 plus A of 0. A of 1 value is 1 and A of 0 value is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. In the same way, A of 3 is sum of previous two terms. So, A of 3 is equal to A of 2 plus A of 1. So, that is A of 2 value is 1 and A of 1 value is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Next, in the same way, the next term A of 4 is equal to the sum of previous two terms, that is A of 3 plus A of 2. A of 3 value is 2 and A of 2 value is 1. So that is 2 plus 1 is 3, that is gets stored back to the position A of 4. So like that, we need to find the next terms of the Fibonacci series. Now, we will find the general formula to find the next term of the Fibonacci series. So, here A of 2 is A of 1 plus A of 0. A of 3 is A of 2 plus A of 1. A of 4 is A of 3 plus A of 2. So, like that, A of I is equal to A of I minus 1 plus A of I minus 2. So, we have used the formula A of I is equal to A of I minus 1 plus A of I minus 2 to find the next term of the Fibonacci series using arrays concept. Now, we will write the program for this. First, declare the variables. Here I have taken the variable n, that indicates the number of Fibonacci terms that I want to be print. I to specify the position of the array element and have taken an array A to store the Fibonacci terms. Next, input a value for n which indicates the number of n Fibonacci terms that I want to be print. Next, first initialize the first two terms of the array, that is copy 0 to A of 0. Next, the second term 1 to A of 1. Then find the remaining terms of the Fibonacci terms using the formula A of I is equal to A of I minus 1 plus A of I minus 2. Here we already find the first two terms of the series. I want to find the third term. So initial value for I is 2, 0, 1 and 2, and I should be less than n. Then to find the terms, we use the formula A of I is equal to A of I minus 1 plus A of I minus 2. After the completion of this for loop, the array A which contains first n terms of the Fibonacci series. Next, we just print the Fibonacci numbers that is get stored in the array A. So this for loop structure is used to print the elements of the array. To know how to print the elements of the array, you just refer my previous YouTube video how to input the elements to the array and how to print the elements of the array. Now we will trace this program. First, input a value for n, have taken n value as 5. Then next instruction is copy 0 to a of 0. 0 is copied to a of 0. Next, copy the value 1 to u of 1. 1 is copied to u of 1. Next, for loop instruction, initial value for I is 2. Is I less than n? The value of n is 5. I is less than 5, the condition true. That is 2 less than 5, the condition is true. The control enters to for loop. Next, u of I. U of I means u of 2. A of 2 is equal to u of I minus 1 plus u of I minus 2. U of I minus 1 means u of 2 minus 1 is 1 plus u of I minus 2, that is u of 2 minus 2 is 0. U of 1 value is 1 plus u of 0 value is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1, that is get stored back to the variable or the array element u of 2. 1 is get stored back to the element u of 2. Next, end for. End for means control return back to for loop. Next, updation, that is I is incremented by 1 means I becomes 3. Then condition, is I less than n? I value is 3. 3 less than 5, the condition is true. Control enters to for loop. The for loop body instruction is u of I is equal to u of I minus 1 plus u of I minus 2. That is u of I. U of I means u of 3, that is equal to u of I minus 1, that is u of 3 minus 1, that is u of 2 plus u of I minus 2, that is u of 3 minus 2 is 1. U of 2 value is 1. U of 1 value is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, that is get stored back to the variable u of 3. Next, end for. End for means control return back to for loop. Then updation, I is incremented by 1 means I becomes 4. Then condition, is 4 less than 5? Yes, control enters to for loop. The instruction is u of I is equal to u of I minus 1 plus u of I minus 2. U of I means u of 4 is equal to u of I minus 1, that is u of 4 minus 1 is 3 plus u of I minus 1. U of I minus 2 is u of 4 minus 2, that is u of 2. U of 3 value is 2 plus u of 2 value is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. The 3 is get stored back to the variable to the array element u of 4. 3 is get stored in u of 4. Then end for. End for means control return back to for loop. Then updation, I plus plus, that is I is incremented by 1 means I becomes 5. Next, condition, the value of I is 5. Is I less than 5? Is 5 less than 5? No, the condition is false. Control moves out of for. Then the statement after the for us print statement, it print the message Fibonacci series. Then for loop instruction, this for loop instruction which print the elements of the array A, that is nothing but the first n Fibonacci terms. Next program is program to find the sum of odd elements and sum of even elements of the given array and also print their count. Count means frequency or the number of occurrences of the terms or the numbers. First, I'll explain the logic. In this case, first input a value for n, then input n elements to the array. Next, take the variable even sum and odd sum. So this even sum variable is used to store the sum of even numbers and odd sum variable is used to store the sum of odd numbers. Next, take two more variables, odd count and even count. Odd count variable, it stores the count of odd numbers, and even count variable which stores the count of even numbers. Then first initialize these variables odd sum, even sum by the value 0 and also odd count and even count by the value 0, because initially sum of odd numbers and sum of even numbers, odd count and also even count as 0. Then take the array elements and perform the operations. That is, first take the first element of the array, then check whether it is even or odd. In case if it is an even number, add it to even sum and increment even count. Otherwise, means what? It is an odd number, add it to odd sum and increment odd count. Then take the next element of the array. Again, you check that next element of the array is an even or odd. In case it is an even number, add it to even sum and increment even count. Otherwise, means what? If it is an odd number, add it to odd sum and increment odd count. You should repeat this process for all the n elements of the array. So for that purpose, take a variable n and take the variable I to specify the position of the array element and the array A to store array elements, and take these even sum, odd count and even count variables. First, input a value for n. Next, input n elements to the array A. After inputting n elements to the array A, first initialize the variable odd sum and even sum by the value 0 and also odd count and even count by the value 0. Then take the elements from the array one by one, then check whether that element is even or odd. How to check it? If the element mod 2, if this expression gives the value 0, then it is an even number. If the element is an even number, then add it to even sum. That is, even sum is equal to previous value of even sum plus u of I. Next, increment even count. If the number is an even number, add it to even sum and increment even count. Otherwise, means if this condition is false, means if the number is not an even number, that is, if it is an odd number, add it to odd sum. Odd sum is equal to odd sum plus u of I, then increment odd count. We need to repeat these steps for all the elements of the array. That is, the array elements position starts from I is equal to 0 to n. On each step, the I value is incremented by 1. Okay. Initialize odd sum and even sum by the value 0. Then initialize odd count and even count by the value 0. Then take the element from the array one by one and then check whether it is even or odd. If it is an even number, add it to even sum and increment even count. Otherwise, means if it is an odd number, add it to odd sum and increment odd count. When this for loop condition becomes false, the variable even sum which stores sum of all the even numbers of the array and odd sum which stores the sum of all the odd numbers of the array, the variable even count which stores count of even numbers, and the variable odd count which stores the count of odd numbers. So, after the completion of this for loop, we just print the even sum variable value and also even count variable value and also odd sum and odd count variables value. Next, end of main.